Ladies, I'm here on the show. I'm here to talk about Monday Night Football on the show. My last video for tonight. Yeah, man, a dominant performance by the Baltimore Ravens. After they had a slow start, they ended up scoring 34 straight points between the second and third quarters. Crucial turnovers really hurt the Buccaneers early. Those two interceptions thrown by Baker Mayfield and Marlon Humphrey. Derrick Henry had another big game, especially in that second half. He was fantastic. Lamar Jackson was fantastic. Just a great game overall by the Ravens. Mark Andrews, I think, is back. He had 2 touchdowns tonight. And Lamar Jackson's had 5 games with 5+ touchdown 5 games with 5 or more touchdown passes prior to age 28. He was great tonight. He had 5 total touchdowns, 281 yards, 158 passer rating. He whooped the Buccaneers' ass, belt to ass, tonight. And that's a good defense there in Tampa that Lamar just destroyed tonight. Derrick Henry played really well, and he just made the game look easy tonight. And just Buccaneers defense, they were playing well in that first quarter, but then they just really stuck it up in the second and third quarters. They just couldn't stop Lamar and Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, oh my God, 15 runs, 169 yards, 11.3 yards per carry. Also had 1 catch, 13 yards, and a touchdown. 11.3 yards per carry. Like, my God, he was fantastic. And look, there's a lot of teams out there that had opportunities to bring in Derrick Henry. My Dallas Cowboys. They're probably kind of kicking themselves for not doing it. Dallas Cowboys. But it's been an absolute perfect fit for these Ravens, man. Can you think of any teams offhand there? Maybe the team in Dallas, Texas. They would have not had the same success with us because our offensive line's not as good as Baltimore's offensive line. But Derrick Henry's such a beast with this offense, man. Either him or Lamar Jackson's going to win the MVP this year. Like, I really think it's going to be one of those two. Derrick Henry's fantastic. Lamar, 17 of 22, 281 yards, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. Also had 9 runs for 52 yards, 5.8 a carry. He was perfect tonight. Had a 158 passer rate. He only had 5 incompletions, and this is a good defense he's going against. This Tampa defense is good. They start off good early, but then the second and third quarters, they just fell apart. Will this be the year the Baltimore Ravens win the AFC? We'll see what happens in the playoffs. But Lamar Jackson had 5 incompletions tonight, 5 passing touchdowns. He was great. Zay Flowers, 1 run, 19 yards. Also had 1 catch, 11 yards. He did kind of get banged up his knee early in the game. Rashad Bateman had a really good game. 4 catches, 121 yards, 1 touchdown. So finally a really good game from Rashad Bateman. 121 yards receiving. He's looked really good. He's been having a real solid season. He's on pace for about 900 to 1,000 yards. Justice Hill had 3 catches, 44 yards, and 1 touchdown. Andrews, 4 catches, 41 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think Mark Andrews is back. He's been getting more involved in the offense, likely. 2 catches, 17 yards. He ain't a good tackler, confirmed. He got freaking dragged by one of those Bucs defensive players. Good thing he doesn't play defense. But yeah, Aguilar, 1 catch for 20 yards. Kolar, 1 catch, 14 yards. And yeah, their defense was fantastic. They sacked Baker Mayfield 1, 2, 3 times. Marlon Humphrey had 2 interceptions. Kyle Van Noy, I believe, got his 7th sack of the season. 6th or 7th. He's been hell of an addition by this team. I know Nate Wiggins dropped an interception, so it should have been 3. But overall, the defense played really well. After they had a slow start defensively, they adjusted, and they fielded different looks to confuse Baker Mayfield, and it worked. And the defense played really well. Don't let the final score fool you. They kind of just stopped trying when it was 41-18. And they laid a lot of hard hits tonight. But the offense was just great overall. Against a good defense, too, Nolan. Like, the Buccaneers' defense is good, and they gave up 508 total yards, about nearly 10 yards per play, 244 rushing from Baltimore, and 264 passing. Really good balance. And Bucs were 11-17 on third downs. It was just those turnovers. The 2 interceptions early in the game that let the Baltimore Ravens get momentum back in this football game. For Tampa, Mayfield was 31-45, or excuse me, me to the records. Baltimore drops to improves to 5-2, 5 straight wins. Now we'll get to the statistics from Tampa. Mayfield 31-45, 370, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Yeah, he started off good early in the game. Then he threw those 2 interceptions that really put him behind. But overall, he still played this year. I don't know why, and I'll talk about the injuries in a second. Rashad White, 10 runs, 40 yards, 4.0 per carry, 6 catches, 71 yards, 2 touchdowns for Rashad White, so solid game. Sean Tucker, 5 runs, 29 yards, 5.8 yards per carry. Bucky Irving, 3 runs, 29 yards, 2.6 carry, and 1 touchdown. Mayfield, 5 runs, 22 yards, and McMillan, 1 run, 11 yards. Cade Otton, 8 catches, 100 yards, led the team in receiving. Bucky Irving, 3 catches, 54 yards. Trey Palmer, 1 catch, 16 yards. Mike Evans, 1 catch, 25 yards and a touchdown. Then he went out of the game with that hamstring injury. Appeared to re-aggravate the hamstring he had already he'd been playing with. McMillan, 3 catches, 15 yards. Tucker, 1 catch, 9 yards. Shepard, 1 catch, 15 yards. But this is the guy I want to talk about. Chris Godwin. 7 catches, 65 yards, but it's not the main thing I want to talk about. He got injured, suffered a serious ankle injury. I saw the video. Oh my god. It was so bad they couldn't show it. I was kind of like, why couldn't they show the replay? But then I saw him down, I was like, oh lord. And they believe he dislocated his ankle. According to Todd Bowles, it is a dislocated ankle for Chris Godwin. They'll knock him out indefinitely. He was having such a good year, man. And he already battled a significant injury previously and just came back playing football. He shouldn't have been in the game right there. I mean, why is he in the football game? I mean, it was kind of a bad tackle, but like, Todd Bowles, why would you leave him in the game in there? Under a minute left, down 10, no timeouts. You have no timeouts. You're not going to come back and win the game there. Unless, if you had timeouts, okay, I understand, but you have no timeouts. There's under a minute left. You're down by 10 points. You're not going to win the football game there. It's a dislocated ankle, and he's going to be out indefinitely. And I think Todd Bowles said after the game, it's unfortunate he got hurt, and we feel bad about it. But he's a football player, and he wanted to be in the game just like Baker, and everyone else wanted to be in the game. That answer alone should be enough for them to fire Todd Bowles. You're the coach. You're not a player. You're a coach. If I'm telling him you're out of the game, I would tell him put in the backups because you're down by 10, under a minute left. You're not going to come back. If you have timeouts, okay, but you don't have any. You're not going to come back. And they dropped to 4-3 here. Just really, the first quarter was all Tampa. Their offense was rolling, the defense was great, but then they just kind of felt really disappeared in the second and third quarters, and then they scored some garbage time touchdowns late. 41-31 Ravens win. So yeah, 5 straight wins, and Lamar Jackson's now 23-1 against the NFC teams. Against the NFC, Lamar's like 23-1 now. But yeah, great performance all around, from Lamar to Derrick Henry to the receivers, and the defense was pretty good until garbage time. But yeah, 41-31 Ravens win. Bucks dropped to 4-3. Ravens next game believes against Cleveland. Buccaneers against Atlanta. Big divisional game. So yeah, that's all to say here. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Next time out. Peace, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the start of the NBA season.